What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to another West Angling vid. This is my very first tackle tutorial, and today we're going over the Texas rig. This is one of my favorite rigs and something I always carry with me. You could rig almost any soft plastic you have, and there are tons of ways to fish this rig. So I wanted to go over this rig, and I want to keep it short and simple, so let's get right into it. Alright, you guys, so this right here is my Texas rig tackle box. It is a Plano waterproof box. I just got all my goodies in here. This is the essentials you need for a Texas rig. You don't need all of this. There are tons of different ways to fish it. My favorite hook for the Texas rig is a 4/0 EWG from Gamakatsu. That's just my favorite hook to use. If I have a smaller profile, I might throw on a 3/0 Gamakatsu, or I even have a 2/0, which I rarely ever use, but I have them just in case. I also have these, I got these hooks from Mystery Tackle Box actually. I haven't used them yet, but they look super cool. Looks like it has those little prongs right there to keep the bait on there. And I believe it is a 4/0 too. Now going on to weights. You do not have to throw a weight on a Texas rig. You can throw it weightless, but I choose to usually throw mine with a weight. If I'm just slow retrieving it, I might throw on just an 1/8 ounce. I do not use tungsten weights. I just use lead because tungsten is more expensive, lead is cheaper. So I have my 1/8 ounce bullet weights right here. I have 3/16 ounce bullet weights right here. I have 5/16 ounce bullet weights in that one. And these are all in the color black. I like to use the color black just because, you know, if the color ends up wearing off, it just, you know, it's technically a gray or silver one. So, and then I just have a bunch of these 1/8 ounce silver bullet weights right here. But prefer the black. So usually if I want a slow fall, I will use the 1/8 ounce or the 3/16 ounce, or if I'm just slow retrieving it, or if I want to jig it up and down, I will be throwing a 5/16 ounce bullet weight. And now this right here, the last thing I have in this box is the sinker stops. Now you do not need these, but they do help a lot. So that right there is everything I keep in my Texas rig tackle box. Now let's get to how you rig it. All right, you guys, so the first step you want to do to rigging your Texas rig, if you're using all the gear I just showed you, you stick your line right through one of the metal eyes of that bobber stop or sinker stop, and you just make a little loop with it. So you got that loop with your line right there. Now what you can do is you can pull that bobber stop right onto your line. Kind of pull it right there. Now to get it off, you find your tag end and you just slide that right back out. As so. Just comes right off like that, and then you can take that off. So now you have your bobber stopper, and you can slide that down so you have room to tie everything else on. Now the next step to rigging your Texas rig is you take whatever desired weight that you want to use, stick your line right through the eye of that weight. Should go right through. Pull that through. You always want your bullet weight facing away from your bait. Now you have both of those on, so got your peg and you have your bullet weight. The next step you want to do is your hook. You take the line through the eye of your hook, and I'll also show you guys how I tie with my braided line and my Texas rig. So got the line through the eye of the hook. Now I'm gonna go back around through the eye of the hook again, so it makes a loop. So it makes that loop right there, and you just pull that loop tight, and it'll wrap around there. Now you have your tag end, and you have the rest of your line. And what I like to do is I take my pointer finger, stick it right in between both ends of the line, take my tag end, wrap it around my pointer finger and my middle finger, and then you have that little, you make that little loop right there. So now that you have this loop, what you want to do is take your line, and I just wrap it around about 5 to 6 times. You pull that tag end, so you got that nice knot right there, and then you can slide that all the way down to the eye of your hook, nice and tight. We have our hook, we have our bullet weight, and we have our peg. So right there, you have a pegged Texas rig weighted. Now, for putting your bait on, I will be showing you guys how to do that with the Googan Baits Bandito bug. So what you want to do is you want to take the point of that hook and stick it right through the tip of that bait. And I go about a ½ inch down, and you expose the hook right there. And so that top of that bait will slide all the way up. And as you can see, the EWG hooks have that little kind of bend in them right there at the top. That will hold your bait on there just like that. So now you have to rig the bottom part of it. And so what you do is usually bend the bait, and I like to hook it right where the end of my hook meets the end of the bait. So I bend that all the way. Down there, and I stick that right through my bait. So it's just like that. Now, there are different ways you can stick your hook in there. This is just how I do it. And if I want it weedless, I just kind of scrunch up that body, and I barely put it over the end of that hook. So that's weedless right there. For some reason, I don't like digging my hook. I don't like not exposing the hook because I feel like that kind of hurts my hookup ratio, but it's just personal preference. That's how I like it, and that is your Texas rig. You got the peg, you got the bullet weight, you got the 4/0 hook, and you got the bait. Guys, that is my tutorial on how to rig the Texas rig. One of my favorite ways to rig most of my soft plastics, whether it's a craw, a creature bait, or a stick bait, or whether I'm jigging it or just slow retrieving it. You know, it just gets the job done. Please leave a comment down below if this helped you, and make sure to hit that like and subscribe button, and hit that notification bell if you would like to be notified when I upload. Hopefully this video helped you guys. If you already knew how to rig the Texas rig, hopefully you still enjoyed it, and hopefully you stick around for more videos. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.